Okay, I want to touch on Drew Brees and what he said today. He was on Yahoo Sports, and the gentleman asked him about how does he feel about the protest, and in particular people, you know, protesting, the United States and the flag salute. And here's what Drew Brees had to
The
say.
league, what is your responsibility as a leader in times like this for the rest of your teammates and players in the league?
Well, I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. Let me just tell you what I see or what I feel when the national anthem is played and when I look at the flag of the United States. I envision my two grandfathers who fought for this country during World War II, one in the Army and one in the Marine Corps, both risking their lives to protect our country and to try to make our country and this world a better place. So every time I stand with my hand over my heart, looking at that flag and singing the national anthem, that's what I think about. And in many cases, it brings me to tears, thinking about all that has been sacrificed, not just those in the military, but for that matter, those throughout the civil rights movements of the 60s, and everyone and all that has been endured by so many people up until this point. And is everything right with our country right now? No, it's not. We still have a long way to go. But I think what you do by standing there and showing respect to the flag with your hand over your heart is it shows unity.
Okay, so let's talk about Drew Brees and what he said. He said when he looks at the flag, he, wants to remember when he puts his hand on his heart and he's saluting the flag, he wants to remember the image that he has in his head is his grandfather and his father that fought for this country, right? And I 100% agree because myself, my father, and my grandfather fought in World War II. He was a sharpshooter. He died with honors and all that. My father, Marine Corps, all that. So I understand people who fought for this country, not to mention other family members and whatnot, but I definitely understand them having pride. But even them told me stories about inequality and racism that they dealt with. Even them. Right? Going back into those times with my grandfather, who was a little older, obviously, he got rest his soul. When he died, he was about 93 years old. Not being able to, share the same living quarters as the white folks. All different type of discrimination and racism that they had to go through. So that's their memory of the flag. Them coming home and not getting a warm welcome like their white counterparts, but getting bottles thrown at them. Racial slurs, not being able to go here because of your skin color. Remember that. That's why everybody's worldview is different. And I say, even though people put it out, it's good to hear people's opinions and everything. Sometimes you gotta just, it's better just to stay quiet. Always say less than necessary before they lost power, because sometimes you can come off as real, very, very foolish. So he may have that image. He may call it disrespectful, but then the people, the brothers and sisters who are getting killed by police think it's disrespectful that they gotta die in the street for pulling out a wallet, or they gotta die in the street for allegedly passing a counterfeit $20 bill. Before even going to court, before seeing the judge, jury, executioner, the police now become the judge, jury, and executioner. That's not the way it's supposed to be. They're supposed to apprehend you and take you and lock you up, and the court's supposed to deal with you. And if you ask for help, they're supposed to render help. I don't know why these people don't bring that up. They look at the fact that they're not saluting the flag. Hell, I wouldn't either if I had to be subjected to that in a country that's supposed to be free. I wouldn't either. And there's no disrespect to the people that died and fought, but it's like, yo, my reality ain't your reality. My reality's totally different. We just saw a man get killed on national TV who was screaming out for his life, calling for his mama. And the best thing that Drew Brees could muster up is his grandfather and his father. That's the only, so you don't have the image of this man being killed in front of the world. You don't care nothing about that. He didn't bring that up. He didn't bring it up. You got Alvin Kamara. You got Michael Thomas. You got Malcolm Jenkins, who's back with the Saints. All of them like, whoa, eye-opening. What is going on? How could our quarterback feel that way? And I said this in the tweet earlier. And by the way, you can follow us at HHU for Life on Twitter. That's HHU for Life on Twitter right now. I said, imagine how many other NFL players and execs feel that way. Feel the same exact way as Drew Brees, but will never muster a word. Will never give you an inkling that they feel that way. So this is something that we have to deal with. This is something that we have to, a problem that we're going to have to not keep sweeping it under the rug, act like it doesn't exist. Because we got billionaires and millionaires and rappers and the baby and little babies and people like that. This is something that's going to keep rearing its ugly head until it's a serious conversation about racism and a serious solution put on the table about how people are treated underneath the banner of that flag. There's no disrespect to the flag itself. There's no disrespect to the people that fought. But if a man can't even get a fair trial, if he's subjected to get killed by the police because whatever reason that they want to put, then he ain't standing for the joint. Somebody got to stand up somewhere and say something. Hell, the United States, they go to war all the time. This country was built on protest and war and people not liking how they were being treated by somebody else, and they took a stand. So for anybody telling you not to take a stand, they now identify themselves as an oppressor to you. That's like you trying to get up and you trying to fight and they trying to hold you down. You're now oppressing me. Drew Brees needs to apologize. And maybe it could be because he's ignorant. I'm not going to give him that pass. I'm going to say it's because that's the way he was raised. And this is the problem. It's the way that people are raised. It's the way that, how else could an 8 or 9-year-old kid hurl out racial slurs? They were taught that from their parents. Their parents probably learned from their grandparents, etc., etc. Traditions are passed down. Racism is passed down, man. So I just wanted to put that out there. That's my thoughts on Drew Brees. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Share the video. You already know what to do on this channel. Share it. Smash that like button on the screen. And we're going to get this word out. We're going to keep on doing what we do with the content. Hopefully waking people up along the way. This is your brother, Old Guy Hip Hop News Uncensored. Hey, if you didn't subscribe to the channel, subscribe right now. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell. The notification bell assures that you will get every single breaking video from this channel. And then we got the podcast, the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. We're doing mad interviews. We got like 20 interviews lined up for the month of June. If you want to get those exclusive, you gotta subscribe below and hit the notification bell and select the option that says get all notifications from this channel. It's your brother, Old Guy Hip Hop News. Peace.